Coach Greg. In today's video, lean beef patty, she goes shop.
Let's do this.
And so, unfortunately, she doesn't know a lot about how to diet. But in today's video, I'm going to teach her and you how to properly shop while staying on a diet. You enjoyed my video on Sam Sulik doing the exact same thing. And so, let's get right into it. Remember, it's not about the drama. It's an educational video. And so if you don't want to learn anything, well, click out and watch something else.
So the key is to stay on the perimeter.
You get stuff like this ever?
Yeah.
And so this is a common thought. If you stay on the perimeter, you won't eat any junk because oftentimes that's where the fruit and vegetables are, the meat, fish, and so on. It's also where there's a lot of junk. And so, no, my advice isn't to just stay around the perimeter. It's to go up and down all of the aisles. There are, in fact, good foods all throughout the store.
I don't know, sometimes there's too many options, and I don't like having too many options because then it's overwhelming and then I don't want anything.
This is called the paradox of choice, analysis paralysis. When there's too many options to choose from, it's hard to pick just one. And so many people, they get overwhelmed. They're seeing this, they're seeing that, they're going to the grocery store. But listen, go to the grocery store and have a plan. What exactly do you need? And remember, it's important to go to the grocery store when you're not actually starving. If you go to the grocery store when you're starving, it's going to inhibit your ability to make smart, conscientious choices.
I like to get chicken breast over like thighs or other things because it just tends to be leaner.
It doesn't tend to be, it's always leaner. The chicken breast, for example, the light meat has less calories than the dark meat because it contains less fat. And so if you're on a cut, you're not trying to gain body fat, you want to make smart decisions like having the light meat instead of the dark. And I'm not talking about...
One time I accidentally bought 30 pounds online of 85.15. I ordered a bunch of beef and I thought it was the leanest beef.
And so, although her name is Lean Beef Patty, she never knew anything about what a lean beef patty actually looked like. Remember, I made a video on this. She's literally referring to what I said, that you should strain the meat to get rid of the fat. Wash the meat, if you will. And I'm not talking about that kind of meat. I'm talking about the meat that you eat. Well, it possibly could be both. And so lean beef, she bought 30 pounds of meat online. It was 85% lean, but 15% of that was fat. And you're thinking, well, 15% is not much. It's 15% fat by weight. And so for every 100 grams, 15 grams was fat. 15 times 9 is 135. And so by having 85% lean, that's 135 calories from fat per 100 gram serving. That's just over 3 ounces. That's a lot, guys. And so what has she picked up here? She's picked up 96% lean. That is very lean for ground beef. In Canada, they don't even sell this. We have at best 90%, which they call extra lean. And so at 96% lean, only 4 grams of fat per 100 gram serving is actually fat. That's 4 times 9, which is 36 calories. And so in comparison to 135, she's literally saving 99 calories per 100 gram serving. That is a lot. And so if you're trying to get the leanest meat possible, you can pick up 99.1, which is going to come from extra lean ground turkey and or chicken.
It was the least lean beef they offered. Actually, there's less lean. There's like 75 or something.
And so in Canada, 90% lean, that's known as extra lean. 85 would be lean, and 80% is regular. Now, you can in fact even get worse. It's got so much fat. I strongly suggest you get the leanest fat choices possible. But if you make a mistake like lean beef patty and you buy regular ground beef, you can have it have fewer calories than last time. It's by straining it with water. Kind of like when you do your pasta, you put it under the tap, the water runs through it. It's literally washing the ground beef from the fat that's inside of it. And so if you do this, strain out the fat, and yeah, I get it, it's not going to taste as good, but you're saving so much fat, it will make a significant difference in your calorie intake. And remember, Sam Sulik also offered this advice. Hopefully he learned it from Coach Greg.
I heard like people saying to wash the beef like in water to get rid of the fat. I was like, I think you need to talk to someone because that's like insane behavior.
And so imagine thinking that I, Coach Greg, need to talk to someone because I'm trying to limit my fat intake. I'd rather clog the sink than clog my arteries. And remember, I don't have any disordered eating behavior. I'm a normal guy. I'm also carrying single-digit body fat. Lean beef, on the other hand, is trying to tell me that I need to go and talk to somebody, that I have a potential problem. Just because I'm straining the fat from my ground beef because I want to eat leaner ground beef than last time? Really? And so what's next? Do I also have a problem because I suggest people to use Pam when they're cooking anabolic French toast or protein pancakes rather than putting on butter and or drizzling on some oil? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with being proactive for your health. And so since when has it become abnormal to try to be healthy? It's perfectly normal for people to eat loads of bacon, fat, sausages, and so on. But if you're trying to limit your fat intake, do something healthy, then you're not normal. Are we now going to say it's abnormal to abstain from alcohol, from drinking poison? That you should do, as Mike Israetel has suggested, to drink, for example, 1 or 2 glasses of wine every single day because, well, it relaxes you for 3 hours and it has a host of health benefits. Are you... The WHO World Health Organization states that alcohol is a class 1 carcinogenic.
Oh, but you drink aspartame. You drink Diet Pop.
Class 2B, as in the same category as aloe vera. And so, who's making more sense now?
Just because of how it looks.
Yeah, how it looks. I know that the fattier ones are supposed to taste better, right?
That's what she said.
It's if it's marbled. The fat can taste better if it's marbled. You don't just get a fattier steak and eat a bunch of fat on the side. Oh, I'm going to get a T-bone steak and eat the fat because it tastes good. Many people, they cut off the fat. Now, if you like it and you don't care, well, by all means, perhaps you're Eddie Aboot. But if you're like the rest of us and you don't want all those extra calories, you can get extra lean steak. For example, filet mignon. Top.
Get something like that.
Madrid approved.
Immediately no. Immediately no. This is not lean. You can see the fat all throughout. And remember, you might think that lean beef patty is poor, just like everyone else. Lean beef patty makes more money in a week than many of you make in a year. Don't pretend that you don't. And so she can afford the most expensive steak. She can afford to give a butler a Lamborghini to drive her to the store to pick up her meat. And so listen, if you can afford it, pick leaner cuts of steak. And I'm not talking about skinnier cuts. She's saying, oh, I like this steak because it's easier to cook. You don't have to cook a steak throughout in order to kill off the germs, bacteria, and so on. You can eat a steak even blue rare. You just have to sizzle off and cook the exterior. And so how do I like to eat a steak? I like to eat it rare. I don't choose very thin cuts of steak. I like it red in the middle, and so even if it's thicker, it's fine. You cook the outside, the center, it's going to be fine.
I do like the thin cut because I don't think I'm the best chef. So sometimes when it's too thick, it just like freaks me out.
That's what she said.
Or perhaps get my freaking cookbook. It's not that complicated. People who have no ability to cook food, for example, lean beef patty, it's made very simple for you. Simple recipes that high school students, college students, and so on can eat, but that they taste amazing. Lower in fat, higher in protein, higher in fiber, and very good for your health.
Do you get eggs or egg whites?
I usually get egg whites.
Now, lean beef patty, she chooses egg whites over whole eggs. Now, many people, they don't agree with this. I'm on her side. I think that you can dramatically lower the calories in your diet by eating egg whites instead of whole eggs. I'm not saying whole eggs don't offer any nutrients, that the egg yellows, that they're not healthy, but they are very high in calories. One large egg, 75 calories. In comparison, one large yolk, only 16. And so just think of it. You could consume almost 5 egg whites in comparison to one whole egg. It's more filling, it's lower in fat, lower in calories. And so if you're trying to lose weight, having egg whites in comparison to whole eggs, it's going to be a lot better.
I'm gonna get eggnog because seasonal treat.
And so eggnog, that seasonal treat, extremely high in calories. You may as well be buying Haagen-Dazs ice cream or Ben & Jerry's. Listen, if you are going to have eggnog, please, please, they have various forms of eggnog. Some are made regular, some are made light. Eggnog is extremely high in calories, it's high in sugar, it's high in fat. Please be more careful than last time.
Only 4 ingredients: milk, cream, sugar, Natural flavor.
And so it's got only 4 ingredients. And so it's got milk, cream, sugar, natural flavor. Now, just so you know, 1 tablespoon, it's not a lot, 1 tablespoon, 35 calories, 1.5 grams of fat, 5 grams of carbs, of which all 5 are from sugar, and no protein. And so what you're adding in is fat and sugar. And so why do you think it tastes so good? You're adding cream and sugar essentially. And so of course you like your coffee, but do you actually like the coffee or do you like cream and sugar? In comparison, we at HDLT Supplements, we literally sell a coffee creamer. It's got 3.5 grams of protein, only 1 gram of fat, and only 1 gram of sugar. Guys, pick up your coffee creamer harder than last time from HDLT Supplements. Now, if you're not interested in purchasing that, you can get this from the grocery store. Per cup. It's a whole cup. 60 calories, 8 grams of protein, and 3.5 grams of fat, no carbs, no sugar, of course. And so it's called Enjoy. And it's almond vanilla flavor. It tastes amazing. And so you can have your coffee, your milk, your cream, you have all of it all in one, and it's gonna give you the protein and healthy fats that you need. Don't say I never suggested anything good for you. And if you're a fan of the channel, you know I've already promoted Fairlife milk. It had only 80 calories and 14 grams of protein. Also a very good choice to add into your coffee.
How often do you look at ingredient lists like that?
If I think I'm gonna like the answer, I'll look. If I know I'm not gonna like the answer, but I'm definitely gonna still get the product, I might be more reluctant to look.
Okay, we're gonna stay calm. If Lean Beef Patty likes what the nutrition label is going to say, she then looks at it. Oh, this is gonna be healthy. I wanna know what I'm eating. But if she doesn't like it, she doesn't look. But I'm the one with the disordered eating pattern because I like to wash my meat. Her words, not mine. And so I suggest you look at all labels because with knowledge comes power. Does that mean that just because you look at a label and it isn't healthy that you don't eat it? Absolutely not. You guys don't think I ever consume ice cream, cookies, and so on? I was eating Eggies just last night while visiting my friend in the hospital. And so you're allowed to have some junk food once in a while. But you should know what you're putting into your body. When you go shopping for items, for example, Louis Vuitton bag, Hermes bag, or just a regular bag, don't you want to know the price? And so you're thinking, wow, $28,000 for that Hermes bag, $3,000 for that Louis Vuitton bag, and $150 for that other bag. I don't care. I want to buy it.
And I'm also gonna get this one. See, this is one I wouldn't look at the ingredients, but I got it because I like the way that it looks.
And so the other creamer, she ain't gonna look. I mean, I'll be disappointed. Newsflash, it's about the same calories as the other one. They're both getting their calories from fat and sugar. And remember, it's 35 calories per tablespoon. You're thinking, yeah, but it's only 35 calories per serving. Nobody puts in only 1 serving. Nobody puts in 1 tablespoon. Per cup, there's 560 calories and 24 grams of fat. Now do you want to consume it? And so what creamers do is they lower the serving size so small that you don't even realize how many calories you're consuming. You're thinking, 35, it's not too much. Most people are putting in 4 servings, so let's make it 4. 4 times 35, it's 140. It's also 6 grams of fat and 20 grams of sugar. You're putting that in your coffee. What if you have 2? Are you learning something? And so Lean Beef Patty, perhaps look at the ingredient list once in a while. Perhaps watch a Coach Greg video. Just because I make educational videos where I call people out doesn't mean that they're not educational.
This is very important. I love this. Kombucha. Gut health.
And so I thought she was going to say she liked the White Claws, which is alcohol. I was going to say, hey, a lot of poison, but hey, it's your life, your choice, you're an adult. But she's not talking about that. She's talking about mucha for gut health.
I'm going to get Island Bliss because it looks really plentiful in there.
Yeah, no, it looks gross. And so are there potential health benefits to kombucha? Absolutely. Is it for everyone? Of course not. There is in fact small amounts of alcohol in there from fermentation, and consuming too much in excess, especially if you're sensitive to this, can cause irritations to the stomach, bloating, pain, and so on. And so do in fact be careful. And of course, for pregnant women and or those sensitive to alcohol and or caffeine, please be more careful than last time.
Secret hack, super intense protein shake. If you make the protein shake with egg whites instead of other liquid, it will destroy your stomach, but you'll consume a lot of protein.
Or just cook the egg whites like a normal person. You're allowed to cook things. It's not that hard. And if you're too lazy, you don't have the pan spray, you don't want to cook that on the pan, you can literally spray the plastic containers you have with egg whites, and no, you're not going to die from some kind of plastic poisoning. It's not going to lower your testosterone levels to that of a freaking woman if you're 35, as many people are suggesting. But hey, you can spray your plastic containers, put egg whites in it, and cook it in the microwave, and you're done.
Greek yogurt, I like plain because, I don't know, I just like plain.
And so Greek yogurt, an excellent choice. I'd strongly suggest you get 0% fat, because if it's 1%, 2%, 5%, and so on, it's going to have significantly more fat and more calories.
The plain, you can use it apparently as like a sour cream replacement. I wouldn't do that because it's not the same.
Now, she mentions you could use Greek yogurt instead of sour cream for dipping. That is, in fact, a great idea. She says, I don't suggest you do that. I suggest that you do, and especially if you add in some different herbs, ingredients, you can make it taste better than last time. But if you do pick sour cream, always pick sour cream that's fat-free. It's going to have fewer calories, less fat. Remember, we're on diets. We're starting to stay healthy. If you're a trained cyclist, marathon runner, perhaps you're doing Ironman competitions, you can afford all these extra calories. If you're lean, you're going on a bulk, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The Rock knows it doesn't matter. But if you're trying to lose weight, you're obese, as is most people in North America. Most people in North America are overweight. And so if you're watching this, which of course you are.
Adam, go to sleep. Adam, please go to sleep. Sleep, Adam. Do not resist, Adam.
Perhaps she's found the answer, guys. The solution to... Remember, I told you this would have nothing to do with drama, only educational content in Coach Greg's videos. Thank you.